All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the American Bowhunter, the official podcast of PSE. And I'm with, you are known as the most interesting man in the world. Did you know that?
No,
I was reading your comments and that was in there. I was like, that is as true as it gets. This guy is incredibly interesting. One of the most interesting people I've had the pleasure of meeting. So Mr. Pedro, all the way from Spain. We're here in Texas right now, doing a little bit of hunting, and incredible to meet you.
Yeah, it has been a pretty cool couple of days here.
It has been fun.
Yeah. We had very little sleep, so we are not our peak right now.
So let me go ahead and apologize. So we've already had dinner. It's late. Pedro's putting in the hours. We've all been up super early, long days, hunted. We're on day 3 right now.
And yesterday we went pig hunting at
night. Oh, you did?
Too, so
yeah, you slayed a couple pigs with some night vision.
Did I?
Yeah, couple, 1 or 2, right?
Texas style, no? When you come to Texas, wherever you go, do what they do.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And you're living it to the fullest. Dude, so it's been a good couple of days. So Tom started off really strong. There's a lot of great guys here. Tom started off really strong, shot that buck day 1. He shot a couple pigs, and then Tyler, he shot a good buck yesterday. Beautiful buck, right? In the evening, and then you shot a really good buck this morning.
Yeah, pretty cool buck, like super old. Like Chris, the guy that managed this area, told us there is a pretty old buck that last year was way better than this year. He's going downhill. That's the target buck, and we have been trying. I think we did 4 seeds, couldn't see it, and this morning showed up and it game on. So gave us a beautiful opportunity. The thing here is that I don't know, you have so many things on your favor. You are on a blind. You have food, you have everything under control. So you have mostly everything under your control. That when the opportunity comes, it's you don't want to mess it up. Because
right.
it's not that it's easy, but while you have a spot and stock, you have everything against you.
Right.
You don't know the terrain is changing all the time. You don't know the distances. You are exposed, animals see you. And here's the opposite. You have all those things under control except making a good shot. So I feel like all the pressure from the hunt leans more towards making a good shot, so you don't want to mess that up. So when it showed up, it took longer than I was expecting. It was let's wait until it's perfectly broadside, and that front length is a little bit forward, to make the perfect shot. And another buck showed up, and he was going. Dude, I'm stupid. I had the opportunity, and I just let it slip.
Almost a little too patient, huh? But yeah, like you said, all that pressure is there because everything's aligned. I mean, you have less variables working against you in this style of hunting than your typical style of hunting, right? Backcountry, international, rough terrain, all the elements, and with a bow. And with this, it's a complete change of pace.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
But I had fun. That I think sometimes I see in the industry and in the people, we try to be the alpha man, or the alpha guy, it's yeah, I did this, and I did it alone with just 1 Snicker bars, and this, that, and I saw the biggest buck the hardest way, that's fine. And I love hunting or going on a very stupid adventures. And I think it's important that you, if you translate this into mountaineering, you don't need to always climb Everest to feel fulfilled.
That's a good way to look at it.
You can also go with your family on a hike, on a family hike, and you enjoy that, or go with friends just to walk along the forest, and you enjoy it. Maybe you enjoy it on a different way, rather than enjoying maybe the challenge. You enjoy the camp, being sitting on a blind and just watching tons of species of animals, of birds. It's a different type of joy. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's good to experience those types, different styles of hunting to make you appreciate all the different ways that this can be done. Because there's not one way to do this thing. There's a lot of different ways, and everybody's different and enjoys things a little bit differently. And you have more experience than anybody I've ever talked to, as far as international, stateside. I mean, some of the hardest hunts you could possibly do, and you're well versed in all of it. And the thing about you too is not only do you do all these crazy cool adventures, but you're a storyteller. Like you can paint the picture and you can take whoever's watching your videos or reading your captions, whatever it is. And it's almost like you can put yourself in that moment. You do such a good job with it. And I think the thing that sets you apart and is different is the way that you present yourself and the hunt itself. It's very tasteful. And I think it does a lot for the hunters and the hunting industry, the way you do it.
Thanks a lot. Like that means that we understand hunting the same way. I feel like, or one of my passions is that I feel like hunting has not been showcased or have been explained properly on the past. Like especially I think like our previous generation was more focused on the kill, the success is the kill, because I think they came from times that hunting actually one animal was really hard. So it was all about getting the animals down, getting the meat, like, but they didn't focus, like, because everyone understood hunting on a positive way. So they didn't thought that there was value in explaining hunting in general. So I think it's very important for me, like, nowadays hunting, at least in Europe, is not as well seen as you guys have it here in in America. So most people are against hunting. So for me, like, my passion is like to try to showcase what really hunting means to me. And I think that it's not just about the kill, it's the rest of the thing. Like
it's the journey.
The shooting an animal is like 1% of our time. Like if you you take all the minutes that you spend in the mountains, the shooting is just 1%.
Yeah, it's very, very small aspect of all the effort required in order to get to that position.
Yeah, and all the travel and meeting new cultures and trying to understand how other people live outside of like the whole tourism market or whatever. Because when you go to, I don't know, like when you do when you go to hunting destinations, you go to the little town where you hunt with those people and you get to really know how they are. When you go on a tourism trip, you go to Africa and they have 5 guys that get dressed as they do the typical classical dance or whatever, but as soon as they do the dance, they take the clothes, they grab the mobile phone and they do the normal living. So everything is prepared to kind of provide an experience, but I think like through hunting, you really go to those places that no one wants to go and you get to live with those communities that they live like that every day, you know?
Yeah, I know. And we were talking a little bit right before we were having dinner, or it's actually earlier today, I think. And I was just kind of asking you some of the places you've been and, you know, finding these places and how you get to these places and who you contact. And, you know, one thing that I didn't even consider with you is, I mean, you hunt internationally, you hunt everywhere. The language barrier, some of the places that you've gone where you're like, you really don't know everything going on. Like
like the language barriers in some countries, it's insane. And especially like when you are bow hunting, like recently, like a couple of years ago, like we typically, like when you travel to Asia, there's a lot of people. Like everyone wants to help and all that. But with a bow, you are like, one guy, it's already one too many, you know, like, so it's my camera, myself, and it's like, I just need one guide. The rest of the people, I don't need an interpreter. I don't need a guy taking care of the horses. Like we need like the minimum people, the better, because the more you are, everyone smokes, everyone stops for tea. You need to prepare more horses. It's so, and for bow hunting, it's so important that animal doesn't have a clue that you are there. So suddenly you are hunting with a guy and you don't have an interpreter. So you're trying to get to understand, like to explain yourself. And some people are good at it. Some are terrible. Like in Mongolia last year, like we were like, me, Pedro. And he's like, you? And the guy was like, I don't know, you know, like animal, you know, like we're picking over. And he's like, he picked over like ibex, you know, like the ibex are here. He's like, ibex? I was like, sleeping, walking. Like dude, like it's kind of.
You can't explain that differently.
Help me out. Like, give me a hand, you know, like sleeping, you know, or walking, because it makes a difference. Like when you're going to pick over, like, are they standing up? Like we need to, and you're like, okay, I'll figure it out. Like,
I guess I'll just peek over and look. They're walking, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a whole nother host of things. I mean, because look at bow hunting in general, right? It's difficult. There's so many variables as a bow hunter that you've got to consider. Wind, access, sight, movement, all of that. And then to have a language barrier on something that you've traveled across the world that you might only have one opportunity on this hunt. And if there's an interpretation issue, that's it.
And it's not only the language barrier. Most of a bunch of the places that we have traveled, they have never seen a bow.
Oh,
so might be like the first bow hunter. So they're like, this is a bow, how it works. Like they don't understand. And the bow, most of the people, they get that you need to be close, and it's okay. Yeah, bow needs to be close, but there's way more things. You need to have a good range. The range is super important. The animal needs to be broadside. There's a bunch of other things that is not just getting close. Because when they think about getting close, they think like when they hunt with a shotgun or when they hunt with a Kalashnikov or whatever. So they know how to get under 50 meters.
Right.
But it's not the same. Picking over with a Kalashnikov and the animal sees you, starts running, you're and you shoot that animal, than having to pick over, having the camera guy to pick over with you, range the animal, have it broadside, have it on video, taking a good shot, the range. So there's so many other things that it's not just about getting close.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you introduced, because if you watch your videos, you were showing me some of your more recent stuff that you've got coming out in the future, and I mean, you do such a good job of capturing it, right? I mean, your video skills are incredible. You know, we were talking about, I mean, you were out there today on your own, and you brushed in a blind yourself, and, you took your tripod out and a camera in yourself, and being able to navigate the terrain, get to where you're going, get on an animal, and then have a camera and capture the entire thing is crazy. I mean, it's so much more difficult.
I do think I have an excellent Roberto. It's an excellent camera guy.
Yeah.
He's a hunter.
How long has he been with you?
We've known each other maybe from 6 years or so, but working for me full time the last couple of years.
Okay.
But he started more as a hunter than as a videographer. So it's very important, especially for bow hunting. For rifle hunting, it's not as important because we hunt with all type of weapons. But for bow hunting, to be a hunter is very important.
Right. Because
I have the confidence that unless he says something, he's watching the animal that I'm going to shoot. He knows kind of, we typically confirm it, the one on the left, just to make sure or whatever. But he knows when he's going to move. And the same as when you are bow hunting, that is okay, the opportunity, my shot, he's walking here, he's going to be on that trail when he gets broadside between those two trees, to go one step ahead of what's going to happen. That's super important. And it's as important that the camera guy also goes one step ahead.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So did he was more of a hunter. Was he always a camera guy though too? Or did he learn the camera skills after the fact in order to work with you?
He did before, and he actually when he used to work for a TV channel, he went to Africa and worked there or whatever. But camera work, it's always evolving. When you think that you have figured things out, you get a better camera, you start filming in S-Log.
I know, because you were making fun of me. I'm just an amateur. And then, because I was talking to you and I was talking to Sean, and you guys, I mean, this is what you guys, this is your world, right? Capturing the hunting side of things, or Sean's case, all things outdoors and some really crazy stuff. But you guys do it really, really well and are really advanced. So you guys are full of a ton of useful information for me, who's looking at it and kind of branching out and involving that into what I already do. It's interesting talking to you about it.
Yeah, at the end, it's a journey.
Yes.
When you start getting to a certain level, it's that the audio, I don't like the quality of the audio. It's not perfect. So let's work on the audio. And when the color, I think it could be better. And I think this could be better. So you just keep evolving, and it's just a matter of time and to have that desire to push a little bit farther.
I think that's what it is too, a passion for it that really keeps you pursuing that level of excellence, because that's what your stuff constantly, you can see just how good and just how clean and how crisp everything is. And, it's wild that you're able to do all of that at that level and still be successful, because like I said, there's just so many variables. I just, to have another individual with you, he's really got to be on par with your capability.
And you lose a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah, like people don't see that, but you lose a lot of opportunities. It's true that it's my way of living, and I know that I'm able to do that because I capture those things on video. So I'm willing to sacrifice hunting opportunities to get it on video. So I'm good with that. I know. Like if there's a bunch of times that we have pick over, and like when you pick over, especially like in mountain terrain, you see the animal, you range it, and I could shoot it. You need the Roberto to pick over, find the animal, and you lose time or whatever. And a lot of the times, like those 30 seconds is the difference between taking the shot or not. But I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
You make also more noise. You have way more pressure when hunting because at the end there's like millions of people watching you.
Yeah, no
like,
kidding.
So and there's like brands behind. So like it's not. It adds a certain amount of pressure, but I mean, like it allows us to do what we do. So
yeah, no, it's incredible. So what about with the hunting side of things? You've not done a lot of whitetail hunting, right?
I get to doing more and more like lately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as that goes versus like all your international stuff that you do where it's spot and stalk, the terrain's a lot different. It's obviously more active and proactive hunting than whitetail hunting sitting in a stand. So have you had to shift any of like the gear that you use versus, whitetail versus what you typically do?
So the thing is, I mean, like whitetail hunting, I think last year we hunted twice. We went to Missouri, we hunted in Ohio. I have hunted whitetails in Texas like long time ago. We hunted here. And I think it's a beautiful animal. Like I really enjoy it. It's true that when I feel like the whitetail, like when you get the most out of it, it's when you're hunting your own areas. Because what I feel like is that the most fun part about whitetail hunting is like trying to make that decision. Is like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here. This whitetail that I have been following a couple of years, now is the right time to take it. Now I'm gonna move this stand, and that's the fun part, in my opinion. And when you travel internationally, you are missing that.
Yeah.
So for me, like I see it because we have roe deer is like the same equivalent of whitetail, but in Spain, and I get to see all the aspects. So for me, the whitetail part, I would love to be able to do it like more in depth, where you take actually like the decision.
Yeah, so where you're making the calls and you make
calls and like you follow the animal and you have the trail cams or whatever and you see and now and this year, which is basically what we do back home with our deer.
Yeah, I like that as well because it feels like you've earned that then, right? Like it hasn't been handed to you because you had to put all that effort in prior to it in order to to locate that animal, to learn its habits, to learn where it travels, and then find that right spot for that opportunity to hang your stand or set your blind up or whatever it is. I think that to me is probably the most enjoyable part of the hunting side,
100%.
the journey again.
And when people say it's like the trophy is not the important thing, it's 100%. Because like, for example, like the same buck, like the one we saw today, the same buck today means way more than if I would have saw it the first day.
Right.
And the trophy is exactly the same. So it's way more important, like the story behind it and like trying to understand and let's talk, let's do this and that, than just the trophy.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, when you feel like you've put in effort for something, it's always more rewarding, in my opinion. I mean, that's the biggest part of it.
And in terms of like what did I adapt, the patience. Like the patience is just something.
Are you pretty patient?
I think I'm very patient. Like I can be like very patient, but like being static, it's tricky. So like I can be like patient. I waited like, I don't know, like 2 seasons, like 2 years ago. I waited for a red stag. I saw it bed down. I'm going to get into its bed and I'm just going to wait until it stands up. And I got like to 40 yards of that stag and I could see just like the crown, like the top of the antlers bedded down. And I sat there for 9 hours and a half until that thing stood up.
Jesus.
I think I will never do it again, to be honest. Like, but you know, like when you are like, might as well that I have waited for an hour. I'm not gonna mess this up now.
Yeah.
Might as well that I waited like 3 hours. I'm gonna be patient and don't make, because you are like tempted. Like, should I throw a rock and see if he stands up? Should I roar and see if he stands up? But every time that I have done that, it hasn't worked.
It ruined the hunt.
Yeah, or the animal stands up. So it's like, if the wind is right, just wait there and be patient. And yeah, we were like 8 hours in, and like, dude, like the sun is coming down. It's like I have sat the whole day here, and maybe I don't get. I was so obsessed that I even pee inside a little mice hole that was on the ground. It's like, dude, that thing cannot smell me. Like, I've been waiting here for like 7 hours. Like,
that's commitment.
Yeah, and luckily, like it offered me a shot. He like rebed, and I could shoot him like bedded down. And I made a great shot. And
how far did he move from his original bed?
He barely moved. Like,
so
during the rut, like it's crazy. Like, they are so tired that they had like, it was like up in the mountain, like on like alpine country. So it wasn't like a forest. So it was like bushes that were like, I don't know, like 3 feet high. So enough to see its crown, but not enough to see the body.
So when he stood up originally, he didn't give you a shot right away. You waited for him to
no,
move.
I saw him bed down, and he didn't stood up for like 9 hours.
Oh, he just laid there that whole time.
And then suddenly he stood up, changed position like a couple of yards, and like, I think like if I move like 10 yards to the left, I may get an angle to take that shot.
So how far were you from him?
45 yards.
So you were close, and you were just sitting there.
Yeah, just waiting.
Just waiting for the opportunity. So when you took the shot, were you like seated position on your knees?
I was kind of like semi on my knees, like kind of like an awkward spot, like trying to get that.
Yeah.
And I hit that thing. I shot it bedded down, but I hit him in the heart, and it was like
perfect shot.
Unreal.
Perfect.
Because it was the second year trying to take a stag in that mountain raid, so it was pretty cool.
So I want to talk about this too. So we just watched the video, right? Where were you when you shot that? I don't even remember what the animal was you were showing me, but the other animal took your arrow.
The what? In Mongolia.
Yes, in Mongolia.
That was crazy.
So tell the story, because this is the video just is insane.
Yeah, so we went to Mongolia, and we're hunting Gobi ibex. So that's the Gobi Desert is, I think, one of the biggest deserts in the world, but there's like mountains, and they have an ibex there. And I think it was like day 6 or something, and finally we spotted this absolute giant of an ibex. So like 13-year-old or 12-year-old, that it's like as old as they get, an absolute giant, and it's bedded by its own. So we kind of like walk around, peek over, and I peek over, and at 45 yards, the bill is bedded down, quartering away and facing the other way. Like, dude, this is perfect. So I just like get ready, get a range, tell Roberto. The thing, when you are peeking over a ridge, the camera guy, like that meter, you're not high enough. So he's like, he had to be like with the camera like right here, because if not, you don't see the animal. And he's smaller than me, so like I could see the animal, but he's like, wait, okay, I see it now, I think I see it now. And I get at full draw, aim, take my time, start squeezing the shot, and as I'm executing the shot and the arrow goes, I see like something like, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And the local guy that was, he didn't even peek over. I told him like, you don't even peek over. He was laying on the ground like, you hit? Like, yeah, I hit something else. Like, and the guy was like, what do you mean something else? Yeah, I don't know, like something ran. Dude, and there was like a younger Billy bedded, like tacked down between the ibex and ourselves that no one had seen. And on that exact moment that I released the arrow, he decided to run. And he decided to run in front of the bedded Billy, and I hard shot the running 5-year-old Billy.
Did it break your heart whenever it happened?
I was like so confused, and I was like, dude, like, we don't deserve this. Like, we have been working so hard to try to like get this Billy, to get it on video, and to have that Billy run and just like hit him as he was running on the heart. Which are the chances? Because like if you consider like the time that arrow is flying, the arrow, I think it takes like 100 yards, it takes like 1 second. So 40 yards is like half a second. In that half a second, in the desert of Mongolia, a flying arrow, a bedded giant Billy, and the heart of a young Billy lined up in space and time.
It's like, it's not even plausible.
I'm glad that I got it on video, but at that moment I was like, I don't know, is it fair? Is it not? But I think it was a good lesson that honestly, like, because that animal, it was like my 20th subspecies of goat. And I was the first bow hunter to achieve that in history. Like no one had harvested 20 goats around the world with archery equipment. And that was the last one. And I think it was kind of a lesson, like no matter what you think or how good you think you are, the mountains have the last call. And rather than finishing that achievement with like a new world record and a giant billy and how good you are, is like, I'm going to punish you with this. But that lesson is going to help you more in life than just like giving you a giant billy.
Yeah. No.
So I think things happen for a reason. So
yeah, I would agree. And that was,
I'm getting goosebumps like thinking on.
I mean, when you show me the video, it's insane. I mean, the timing, it couldn't be more like perfect, or I guess you could say imperfect, based off the result of what you got.
Like when it happened, you're like, I looked to Roberto, you got that? Because I don't know what happened. I was super confused. But I think I hit something else, and that billy, of course, died on side. The other one didn't have.
We were talking about it. It was the son saving his dad's life.
That's why my sister asked, do you think they were family? Like, no, nature doesn't work like that. It was a stupid billy running in the wrong spot at the wrong time. He deserved that.
Got him. One less. So traveling the world and hunting, I mean, obviously the experiences that you have are just got to be unbelievable. And you've been doing this since you were a kid, right? Like, I mean, since if I'm correct, you were like 5.
Yeah, I started hunting with my dad when I was 5. So my dad has been a huge hunter, and I have been hunting with him since I was 5.
Was he the same level of hunter? I mean, I don't want to say same level, but like where he would travel internationally.
Yeah, he's crazy. He has trouble internationally, worldwide, in times where you were booking the hunts by letter, like writing letters by hand. You will arrive to Mongolia and try to hope that the guy that you wire the money, that there's going to be there. You know, like you didn't had seen any photos of the place, you know, like some of the days, like he went to Africa, rented a car, went to the rainforest and asked for help to local people to show him, to ask them like, could you take me hunting? Like, is there animals around? Can you take me around? So like there were different times.
No kidding.
But he has been traveling like very hard worldwide. So
it's in your blood. So it's a family.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's true that I have one more brother and 2 sisters, and I'm the only one that hunts. So
really?
So I think like some people have that inside them and others they don't.
Yeah.
I think I have it.
I don't know, Pedro. I don't know. Yeah, I would say so, man. I mean, it's just wild. It's really hard to fathom the amount of things you've done and the places that you've gone and seen, and just sitting and talking with you the brief time I have, and just seeing and hearing the stories. I mean, it's like you've been everywhere. Where have you not hunted?
There's many places. Like the thing is that I think I like hunting everything. So like I get asked a lot, like, now that you have shot this animal, what are you gonna do next? You're like, dude, I can send you a list of 100,000 places that I want to go.
Well, yeah, and that was what I thought was wild too, because we were talking whenever I first met you, and I was talking about like, you know, burning out or kind of getting, you know, maybe bored, and you're like, nope.
There's so many options. I think it's fascinating to go to the rainforest, like to the North Pole, to the mountains, to hunt red stag during the roar, or like hunting in the jungle with local people. Like there's so many things that can be done that, I don't think like, I don't know. I think there's so many options.
With that, are you the one that plans all of this and books all of this? And because you're very involved in all aspects of what you do. I mean, you can run a camera, you can edit, you do all of the editing software. I mean, they're your team, because you said it's you, Roberto,
and my wife,
and your wife.
Yeah, so we edit between the 3, and
so.
But I used to, like, I think I uploaded my first YouTube video like 20 years ago. So we have been filming and taking photos forever. The thing is that if you wanna make that one step towards quality, I think you need a videographer with you, because there is no way you're gonna film a mountain hunt, like putting the tripod and trying to record stuff. It's just like,
so it is worth, in your opinion, if you're gonna do it to the level you're going to, you need to invest in somebody to help you along the way and run that camera.
Yeah, because like, I mean, like one thing is to hunt from a tree stand or from that, but if you are hiking, if you are like, you're gonna be like, Remy Warren does it, but he's like a killing machine and he actually enjoys it. And I'm like, dude, like, he's a good friend of mine. Like, what do you really like try to set up the tripod, make the, like you walk in, get back, grab the camera, put it, you know, like, I'll still do it. And there was one hunt in Mongolia, for example, that we filmed the first trip, and it was amazing videography and all that, but we didn't kill. We hunted 10 days for ibex there, and we didn't got a single opportunity. I like, yeah, I'm gonna come back 2 weeks after, but I don't have money or budget to like bring another camera guy. So it's like, I'm gonna try to self-film it. And I was able to still film it enough to like get the kill shot and close the whole story. So that was good enough.
So, what happens with when you do have a failed hunt and you've got, and you know, you're like, you planning on making a video around this, but it just doesn't work. Do you just put that footage away for later and you're like, we're gonna revisit it? Is that something you always do?
I'm an expert in coming empty-handed. So
are you?
I am, but I always think that I'm gonna come back. So I typically hold the footage. Okay. But as an example, like we just came back from Kyrgyzstan to try to hunting Marco Polo with a bow. It was 3 trips, 3 years in the making, 29 hunting days of filming. Not traveling, not driving just around hunting to the country, just hunting. 29 hunting days. The best OR in Turkey, it took us 24 hunting days, 3 different trips. That one in Mongolia, 2 trips. So like Kamchatka now in Russia, 2 trips, 17 days. So like, you don't see the amount of work that is. And it's true that it's because like some of the hunts, like some of the challenges that, what it gets me like super excited, to be honest, is like when you go on a hunt and you're like, this is retarded. Like this is impossible. That gets me super excited. Because it's like, dude, I need to train, I need to have this style, I need to grow, I need to fix this, we need to go better prepared next year. And that gets me super excited, but it's true that in many cases you come empty-handed, and you need to be cool about it.
You've got to accept that because,
you know, like people missed. I have spent way too much time probably in the mountains alone, and I think a lot. So I sometimes I get philosophic or whatever.
Yeah.
But we get so obsessed with like getting the animal.
The end result.
Yeah, the end result. It's what it defines if the trip was successful or not. That when I started thinking about those trips as a holiday, like, yeah, I'm going to do 10 days of hiking in Kyrgyzstan. That's going to be my vacation. If I shoot an animal, great. But the adventure is like hiking around, seeing animals. That's my like how I approach that hunt. And I think it's better because if not, you create anxiety, things don't work out. The more pressure you have, the more stressed you are, like things are not working out. And it can happen on very complicated hunts, or it can happen here in Texas.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What do you think social media, the impact it has on that? Do you think that's a major issue with a lot of people is all they see are the highlight reels and they don't see the struggle? So they don't, you know, they're missing out on that whole part of the journey. They don't understand, a lot of people, that even the best guys in the game don't always win.
100%. And we only see the successes.
Yep.
People also, many on videos, they only show when they are successful. And we saw, like, I have shown like a bunch of shots that I have missed, animals that I didn't make a good shot and we had a bad outcome or whatever, because I think people feel related and because I think it's the truth. And I think what we are trying to share, it's our story. It might be sometimes great, sometimes it's not as great because we are not perfect and we are just trying to make better. But it's true that in social media, we are just about the trophy photo, the quality of the animal. I hunted more days than you. I killed more animals than you. Like, I don't care, like, good for you. It's like, you do you.
Yeah.
Look. And sometimes when we share our stories too, like, I will get comments like, yeah, let's see that trophy. Like, no, I want to tell you the story first because, like, it's not like that trophy photo. Like, let me tell you the story, and the end result might be the trophy photo, but I want to tell you the story first.
Yeah, I think that's a major thing that's missing within a lot of the stuff that I see, is because a lot of it you see, like I said, just that highlight reel, and it's all about the kill. Like that's what everyone wants to see. But then you have somebody that that comes along, and then you create this entire storyline from the beginning to the process. You paint the picture, you're able to capture it, you're able to relay it to the audience, and then it does such a good job of, I think, painting hunting in a good light. And it's inspiring, I think, for a lot of people. Because whenever you look at your stuff, all your stuff is honestly super inspiring. You go to these remote locations, which for a lot of people, that's a terrifying thought on its own, right? To go and do something like that, and then to go off grid, live off grid, capture all of it, and then be able to relay the story to anybody that wants to listen, which you have a huge following at this point. It's super cool, and it's super refreshing to see. And I think it does a lot for the hunting industry, because as we look at hunters as a whole, it seems like, and I think what I was told with some of the guys I was talking to, is there's less and less hunters every year. Right? There's less people that are getting involved in it, less kids getting involved with it. And what you do is you put it in a good light that even a kid, I mean, could look at it, read, watch it, and it's an inspiring, and it's just a very, very cool feat that you've accomplished. Whether it is in your eyes successful or not, it's always an incredible story that's put out there.
One of the things that get me super happy is when I get like people that are not hunters. Like, I don't know, like I will be whatever, and the guy is like, no, I see your stuff, like it's great. Like, yeah. I was like, do you hunt it? Like, no, I don't hunt it. Like, and why do you watch it? I don't know, I like the adventure. I like the.
You know what's funny?
Like why?
So I was talking to somebody the other day about, maybe it was DJ Strunts. So he was like, I don't think his wife hunts or whatnot. And you know, we had brought you up and talking about PSE and stuff like that. And I think it was him, but he was talking about his wife, like watching you. And I was like, really? She's into hunting? She's like, no, he just really likes his voice and how he tells the story. I thought it was
my accent.
Dude. Yes. Your accent. And then the way you tell the story, like all of your reels and your clips, like some of them where it's like B-roll and then there's voice overlay and you're able to tie it together. It's so good, man. Like, thank you. Yeah, dude, it's killer.
Now people are gonna go watch it and they're gonna be disappointed.
I can assure you they won't, man.
You're being too kind.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. I enjoy it, and like I said, I think it's really important that we have guys like you doing what you're doing. And I understand, not to the same level you, but the effort that goes behind, because there's a lot.
But it's true that the kill shots are needed.
They
like
are.
People that, like, all hunters want to see that. So like the reality is that when you don't have a successful story,
it ties it all together. There's no doubt it's important.
It's tricky.
And it also lets people know that you are good at what you're doing. You're not just a storyteller. You are a successful hunter. But I also think it's important that the kill shots, there's a way you can do them tastefully, though, too.
Yeah. And I think that's evolving, and the more, like, I don't know, and especially like nowadays, like whatever we post online, there's so many people that can watch it that it's even more important. And I see some of the videos online that they are like between hunters, could be interesting to share, but we need to be careful what we upload up there.
I would definitely agree with that fully. So this is one thing a question that I had for you after watching your stuff is, when you go into a hunt and you know you're going to capture this, do you have kind of an outline that goes into it? Like, you're like, hey, I know we need to capture this footage. These are the shot sequences. This is the B-roll. Or is the camera just always running?
No, I mean, like, we do it enough to kind of like have a system. So it's more like a strategy. Okay. More than like I'm not good at planning like this shot and this shot and this shot, because you don't know what to expect.
Right.
But I think it's important to know like the strategy. So if you are going to hunt in a particular area, like, what makes that area special? What do you think people don't know? What information do you think can add value to the audience? Because I think it's important to add value. So like when people travel, I want to know why that species, or why those guys hunt that way, or why they do it like that. So kind of have like a strategy, like, we should highlight this, what's special about that animal, what's special about how they hunt, and kind of have a strategy and try to make sure like you cover those bullet points, but then the story is kind of like as it goes. And I think we have done it enough to know like we need to capture this. And I think like for everyone that is filming and trying to make videos, like to make sure that you have ways to connect in dots. So like, I don't know, like maybe today, like we're filming, okay, we are starting off filming, getting into the blind with the red light, trying to get everything organized with the red light, this and that. You need like a transition from that. You cannot, the next shot cannot be like at 9 in the morning with sunrise already, full light. You need kind of like make sure that you are connecting those dots. Make sure that if you don't have that information, that you are sharing that information to connect all the dots that tie the story. And the tricky part is like when you, on those long extended hunt, when you're hunting like filming for 12 days, day 1, you film a lot. Day 2, day 3, by day 4, it's like you do it. Like, well, just have been filming hiking for 4 days, for 5 days, you know, like, so it's very easy to like slow down and think that you don't need more, which is true. You probably don't need more, but you need to be careful because each day can be like the epic day.
Right.
So you never know if the epic day is going to be day 8, day 3, or day 9. So you want to make sure that if the epic day of the hunt, that everything happens, or maybe an accident happens, that you have that day enough footage to tell that story properly.
No, that makes sense.
It's risky.
Yeah. So, I mean, so there has to be pre-planning that goes into it in order to successfully tell the story, because there's got to be a beginning, middle, and an end.
Yeah, and then when you get back home, you need to kind of like think about like, how do I tell this story so it's appealing?
So what's the editing process take for you? Like when it comes to like, let's say you hunted this whole week, you captured your footage. When do you plan to release that content? Is there a deadline for you, or is it like as you feel?
We kind of try to do a mix bag. So we hunt with the rifle, with the bow, with the shotgun. We hunt mountain game. We hunt deer or whatever. We hunt this. So we try to like change typically from a rifle hunt, then to release a bow hunt, then another rifle hunt, maybe one that is like very epic mountain, 2 weeks with something that a couple of weeks later, something that is not maybe as epic, to kind of like have a balanced release of, you know, like to don't release like the 3 best films back to back, kind of like to spread out the content along the year.
Do you have like where you're like, we need to release X amount of videos a month? Like we do 2 videos a month and, you know, 20 reels. I mean, is that always in your mind where you need to feel like you need to keep up with the content output?
We have some deliverables that we need to go, but we typically now we're trying to release 2 videos a month, and we have 1 month that we don't release any.
Okay.
Like July or August, like we.
It's slow.
Yeah, and like kind of like to have a break, because it's not, if not, it's just like, and also like you need to adapt, because there's some hunts that they are amazing. We went to Namibia and we were able to shoot 3 animals, make 3 videos, and it was an amazing trip. But there's some others like, dude, like we didn't kill this time.
This is a tough one. Put it in, file it for
like
later. No pressure. No pressure. I just do this for a living. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of, quite a bit of pressure to have to deal with. I mean since it is your living.
I will deal with that pressure any day above any office time or whatever. So I cannot complain a single bit. Yeah. Like to be here this week in Texas hunting, I mean, like, it's a dream. I mean, it's freaking amazing. And
I feel blessed to have been able to been a part of this with all of you guys that are here. I mean, this was probably one of the coolest things that I've been a part of, hanging out with all of you guys here, because there's so much experience here that I've been able to gain from you guys, just listening and being able to have the opportunity to sit down and talk to you guys. And then kind of pick your brains a little bit on processes and concepts and tactics and stuff like that.
No, hunting camps are great.
Dude, incredible.
And that's one of the things that about like hunting a lot internationally, like you are hunting with guides that are great at what they are in different environments, different countries, different things. So you get so many perspectives that give you so many tools to have to any application, because like there's takes that you may, or things that you may learn here in Texas, that then you can apply back home hunting deer. And you hunt somewhere, and that guy, the guide, gives you a trick. I have a saying, we have a saying in Spain that is like, even the most stupid guy will give you a good idea. So you can learn from everyone, the good things, the bad, and I think it helps you grow a lot.
I'm a firm believer in that. I believe you should be a student of the game, indefinitely, and constantly be seeking to learn and improve on what you're doing. Because like you said, you can learn from anybody, good or bad, right? There's always a lesson out there, depending on your perspective on things.
And the hardest part is that with bow hunting, like, I don't know how many times we make the same mistakes. And I know some of the things, like I studied, like today, I missed a pig. I missed a wild boar. It was Chris was like, there's such a big wild boar coming in. Like, I'll give you the pistol. Like, dude, like maybe, I don't know, like the pigs here, but since they are like kind of breeded with like hogs, it might be like I don't know, like a 600-pound Godzilla coming in. You know, like they give me the pistol. I don't even know how to use a pistol, but like maybe I don't shoot myself. You know, like so like maybe I'm gonna put a fixed blade. But all my setup was set up for like a hunting mountain game. Mm-hmm. So I was using the Boning X3 vanes, which are very small, 3-degree angle only 3 vanes, like super optimized for like low drag to be able to shoot long range for like the last hunt we did. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, like I had in my mind, like probably we're gonna be sitting at like 20 yards or whatever. I'll just screw in a fixed blade and it should be good. And that fixed blade didn't.
It was in fact not good.
No, it wasn't good. And I missed the pig by like 3 feet or 4 feet to the right. So that broadhead didn't fly well. And it's one of the things, like we have a bow hunting academy in Spain. I say that to my students all the time. I was like, dude, like, should I have, like, why didn't verify if my broadhead were not flying red? And people think that sometimes, like, no, if your equipment is tuned right, they should fly it right. It's not always like that.
No, it's not.
And the steering power of the vanes is important. How you tune the bow. Mine was really tuned for that mechanical head that I was shooting. So I made a mistake.
So do you do all your own tuning, all your own bow work and everything?
No, I work with an archery shop.
Do you?
Yeah.
So
it has a lot of experience.
So I want to move into this, the gear side of things for you.
Okay.
You shoot a PSE bow. Are you shooting the Mach 33?
No, Mach 35.
Oh, you shoot the 35. Okay, you shoot the big like boy.
In love with the longer axle to axle.
Do you like the FDS cam?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you? So that's your primary bow? You use that for everything?
Like, we get to change bows quite often. Mm-hmm. And I hate it because it takes so much time to get a bow tuned. And Brent will be like, no, we need to, like, now that I have it like properly, like it took me.
Don't ask me to change.
and we tested all. And for me, like that 35, the longer axle to axle for me is way more stable. Now with the FDS cam, you get a little bit more speed. So I'm shooting 80 pounds, 445 grain arrow at 298.
It's smoking fast.
It's fast. It's fast enough.
That's plenty fast.
Yeah,
your draw length's 29 inches.
Yeah, 29 inches. But I'm shooting a bow that I think is like 7-inch brace height or 7.5. So like pretty super forgiving, super smooth cam, super stable. Like when you get that full draw at the beginning, when I started to shoot that, like I think like the difference between a 30 and a 35, it's huge.
Massive. I would agree.
And when I started shooting the 35, like, dude, like this thing is so stable. I'm having target panic, you know, because like the pin was like on target.
Doesn't move.
I like, dude, like it's not moving. Like I'm having target panic. I'd rather have the movement, you know, like. But now that I got used to it, like I made like a few changes to be able to shoot longer ranges, like brought the sight in, smaller peep, smaller housing.
What size peep do you run?
A total peep 1/8.
1/8? Oh, that thing's tiny. You don't have any issues in low light with that?
No, in low light it's the opposite. In low light, it expands. So like in low light, the peeps, they make bigger. It takes how do you say, light, but the peep grows. So I rather, like one of the changes that I did this year, typically I will have like the yellow ring on the spot hog, and before my peep will be on the outside of that yellow ring.
Got it. Okay.
And I changed that. So now my peep is covering all the yellow.
What size pins do you run in your scope?
0.10.
The 10,000s, the small pins.
Yeah, very small.
So precision is everything for you, accuracy.
I think accuracy is super important. Yeah. So now I cover with the peep the yellow.
Yep.
Right. So like if it moves a little bit, I see a little bit of yellow. I'm like, okay, I'm off. Rather than seeing the yellow and seeing like a little bit of like mountains or air or whatever.
No, that makes sense. So accuracy is everything for you, and I think as it should be for most archers, right? It's all about a good shot placement. Shot placement is king, right? I mean, but I noticed on your bow too, you run a front and a rear stabilizer, right?
I do.
Yeah. So your bows, I mean, you have more stuff on your bow than I think as somebody that travels through the mountains than I would have kind of expected.
On most of the hunts, you are hunting for 10 days. For just one opportunity and one arrow.
You want to make it count, huh?
You need to make it count. Like if I need to pack, like the weight is important, but like it's just, and like just one arrow with no warm up, long shot, tired, with calorie deficit, no sleep, lot of pressure, filming, like that one shot needs to count. So if that, I don't know, like a few ounces of stabilizer helped me to improve my grouping by like 1/8 of a quarter of a millimeter of an inch or whatever. Like I need that.
So do you shoot a bow year round, constantly practicing, constantly spending time?
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to. Like, but if there is gonna be a very important hunt, I train way more.
Yeah.
Like I think that people should understand which are their weakness. We don't have time for everything.
Right.
I think physically I'm good enough to climb. So if I have to sacrifice something, I'd rather sacrifice, sorry for that. I'd rather sacrifice training at the gym than shooting.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Because I think I don't have troubles getting to where I need to go.
Right.
But the shot, to make that shot count.
And you're a good shooter though.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's room for improvement.
I mean, there's always room for improvement, but you shoot a bow really, really well.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
no, he hasn't seen me shoot. So.
I did. I watched you whenever you first came here. That's why I was watching. You also shoot a handheld release. You don't shoot a wrist release.
Yeah.
What handheld do you shoot?
The Carter White Choice.
Okay, yeah. So
I have been shooting that for so many years that
you don't want to change.
No,
I don't blame you.
I don't want to change the number one release that I have.
I don't blame you.
The blue one, when you have like the blue one, it's like to like take.
That's the one. I gotta run that one. So you're a believer in quality gear and equipment.
Yeah, 100%. I think it makes a difference.
It's an investment, right? Especially if you're going to go do something like to the caliber that you do it.
Yeah, I mean, like how much, like hunting equipment or bows or whatever, it's expensive, but how much it's worth making. I do think that it's more important to train.
Right.
But like how much it worth that opportunity.
Yeah.
I'd rather like save from somewhere else than, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too. So I take that, especially when it's a hobby. It's not my lifestyle. That's your way of living, right? It's a little different for me. It's a hobby. It's part of my life, but it's not exactly what I depend on. But I personally think the buy once, cry once approach for something that whether it's a hobby or something like that, you get what you pay for. And if you really enjoy that, or it's a massive part of your life, it's worth investing in.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's your hobby.
Yeah.
But even if it's your hobby, like if you're going to put, like, I don't know.
I'm going to drive 23 hours to come here. Yeah.
And 1 month of your time being outside of your family and all that, like you are, like it's your hobby, but you are investing a lot of effort and time. And like to have trust on your equipment, I know that the equipment that I'm running, my PSC or whatever, I can throw it on a horse. I can travel for ages with it. I have fallen on top of it. That thing doesn't move.
It's tough, isn't it?
Maybe now I say it on the next trip, touch wood,
Yeah, we'll have to edit that out. It wasn't as great as I thought it was. Just kidding, PSC. We know it's tough.
But it's super reliable. I'm surprised. Like, you know how much pressure, like that bow is like moving on the backpack for hours on top of a horse and this, and you get beat on, and you are like way below freezing temperatures, and now you're warm and this and that thing doesn't move.
Yeah, you really got to have confidence in your equipment to do what you do at the level that you do it, because whenever you're out there, there's no backup.
And sometimes you cannot train.
Right.
So you don't have a target. So you may spend 8 days hiking the mountains for that one shot. Maybe that shot is over 100 yards, and that thing better be
on, buddy.
Better be on. So you cannot like.
Do you take the same approach when it comes to camera equipment?
I mean, yeah, we like the camera equipment is good, and I think like those Sonys and all that, they are reliable.
Is that what you run, Sonys?
Yeah, but we break stuff all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, like with dust, water.
Oh yeah.
So like my lens, I was telling you, like it was. In the
do I want to buy? Trying to sell me your broken lens? Trying to focus.
I don't know. It makes noise. I don't know. Like
Jesus,
so loud.
So what's your you run 2 lenses majority of the time on a hunt, right? What are the lenses that you typically run? What are the?
It's 28 to 70.
Okay.
And a 70 to 200.
And a 70 to 200. Those are what I was looking at today. Yeah. I was just Googling them as we.
And then for like rifle hunting, we bring a 600.
Is it a fixed 600 or is it 200 to 600?
No, it's a 100. No, it's a 60 to 600.
A 60 to 600.
Yeah, oh, wow. Which I think I will change it now that I see it, because like the 60 we don't use it that much, and it's great, but I think it's heavier than it could be.
Yeah.
I thought like maybe with the 60, I didn't need the 70 to 200.
Right.
And I had 60 to 600. By the end, that lens is so heavy that for taking photos, for zooming, like it's not. It's nice for filming wildlife, but that's it. You need a tripod.
What bodies do you run? Do you run FX3s?
I don't know, like Sony, if you are listening, why you guys don't make one camera with everything? Rather than every single year, like now this year we're gonna give you 120 frames with sound, and next year wait for it because we'll give it in 4K 0.2, but in 2 years, like dude, like can you put everything?
Just do one.
I have another body that has that. It's like why you cannot do it?
Yeah, it's hard for me to use both at once, dude. What's the camera, Joey, that I was looking at from Sony? The R5, the 7R5.
No, the 7.5. No R. 7.5.
The 7.5?
That's coming in April or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell my 2 bodies and have that one.
And get that one. Oh, so will you just take that one body then?
No, 2 bodies, but
2 bodies. Two of the same bodies?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So you can do photo and video.
Photo and video.
That makes sense.
Because now we have one body just for like the kill shots for slow-mo.
Yeah.
But you have the long lens and you would like to take a photo, and now the photos are, like...
You're right. Do you shoot everything in 4K?
Nowadays, yes.
Everything, yeah. So do you run 1 terabyte cards in all your bodies? Yep. Dude, it's expensive.
What I don't do is the backup thing or like recording in 2 cards at the same time. That's one of the things that I'm struggling.
You don't have the redundancy set up? No. Like 2 cards? That's crazy. You're in the middle of nowhere.
Do you think it's going to fail?
No, but mentally it's just there that it could, and that bothers me. I typically, not here when we're in Texas, I don't have enough apparently, but typically we run 2 cards in each of our cameras for podcasts just for redundancy.
I know. I may should do that just in case.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm paranoid with like deleting files and all that. Like when I do the backup, a buddy of mine, like it happened that, and he back up the same card twice and forgot to back up one. He lost all that card. No,
dude, there's no recovering that either.
He's like, what do you tell the client? He's like, dude, like,
good luck with that.
It's tricky. We had like a couple of years ago, we had one thing happen to us that Roberto, my camera guy, is gonna hate me for this, but so we went to the Caucasus. The Caucasus is a mountain range that it's the border between Europe and Asia. Mm-hmm. It's one of the wildest mountain ranges that you can hunt on. And we're hunting tour, which is a mix between a goat and a sheep, but it is like a super. I don't know what's going on with my.
I've been the same way since I've been here.
Dry, no?
It's just Texas.
Yeah,
I said the same thing.
Just like,
Yeah, that's how I've woken up every day.
And super mean place. The hunt is like stupidly tough. Like I don't know, we're doing every day like over 4,000 positive feet on elevation gain, warm temperatures, very like insane hunt. Long story short, we end up shooting a giant, like a 14-year-old Billy with a bow. Perfect shot at, I think it was 102 yards or something like that. Double lung him. It dies on film. First ever tour that was harvested with a bow in history. This and that, like epic. And we are like hugging each other, like we made it. I look to Roberto, and you know, like when he's like checking something in the camera, like I look at him like I didn't press record.
Oh,
I mean, check. Like I'm thinking about that thing, and
what? His arms are goosebumps down. Dude. So, what does that conversation look like?
I didn't say nothing. Like I think about me being on that situation. You know, like when you press record to stop the video and suddenly just like like.
Dude, you know what I did to my cameras? So on mine, I made it so everything lights up red.
Yeah,
like everything.
We have that.
Yeah,
but it's still like you are so much into the moment excited. You press twice and we didn't got. And luckily, it was our first time that we put a GoPro on top of that camera, and at least we have proof that happened. Because if not, how do you tell the world that you have a full-time camera guy, you have filmed everything except the kill shot, but suddenly there is a giant animal dead that you shot with a bow?
With a bow.
No, it's honestly,
it's valid.
It's suspicious.
Yeah.
Like it will be like, no, he forgot to press record. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Something happened. So I'm glad that we had the GoPro. You can see me shooting. You can see a tiny thing dying and this and that. So I don't know. I think
that.
But it was heartbroken. Like Roberto started crying. I like, dude, like don't worry. Like
I couldn't even imagine that. You must have a really good relationship.
It's not like a deer or a whitetail or whatever that you are here. You have films like first time that a tour was shot with a bow, insane shot. Like that shot was like double lung, right? Perfect. Like I could only imagine like that slow motion. Have been so nice, but now you have a GoPro footage that we expanded like 20 times, and you have kind of like need to.
So you guys don't use GoPros anymore for anything?
No, we have one No, after that, we always have like a GoPro on top of the main of the kill shot camera.
Oh, really?
That way I can film myself. Like,
see, there's your redundancy.
Just in case, or like, literally that GoPro saved that video. Without that clip, I don't know if I would have released that video because it would have been so suspicious that I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
All the haters would have been so.
The haters would have been on you, buddy.
Like, I know you use the rifle.
Yeah, that's it, you cheater. So
like people like they look into so much detail.
Oh, I don't know at your level, but I know at my level, the comments and the stuff that we see, I can only imagine what you get.
No, and I noticed like we edit a lot, so like. I know when someone makes a shot and he's gonna recover the animal. Yeah, it was a great shot. He gets to the animal and he's missing like 6 arrows. You know, like it's like, dude, like you're missing arrows.
We're not
like,
calling Tom out.
But you know, like there's some stuff that, and actually like on that last hunt, I think it's better that people watch the full film. But the animal was kind of like we're following the blood of the Marco Polo. And I peek over the ledge, and I could see like the back part of the body of the Marco Polo. I was like, dude, like, I don't know if it's alive or dead. It's better. I'm gonna shoot another one. But I didn't want to peek over because if you peek over, maybe the animal is still alive, looks up, and starts running. So it's like, I'm gonna put one into the middle, to the back quarters of the animal, just like to slow him down or whatever, and make sure that we get another one in. I shoot, the animal doesn't move. I was like, I'm gonna shoot another one just in case. When I was on my 5th arrow, Roberto is like, Pedro, can you stop?
That's
like,
good.
That thing is dead. It hasn't moved in every single arrow. Like, dude, are you sure? Like, yeah, we freaking made it. Like, dude, like, it's over. Like we made it. I was like, it's done. We're done. Okay, like so excited. But the thing is that like when we are editing now the video, like dude, it looks awkward like to put like 5 follow-up shots. Like people are gonna be like, are you stupid or whatever? So like Roberto took the follow-up shot, like, and I told him like, we need to put at least, not that you see the impact, but that you see me release a couple of arrows or whatever. Right. And because when we walk to the animal looked like a porcupine, but before like getting there, I like remove the arrows and like walk to it. But you can see on the animal like small holes from those arrows and a little bit of blood or whatever. And you could see me like when I'm shouting like, we made it or whatever, like on top of the mountain, that I'm missing like 5 arrows. So those details.
Yeah, they're important.
They're important because
people are going to pick you apart.
Like, hey, you're missing 5 arrows. The animal has like wounds all over. You're like, what are you trying not to tell us? What are you trying not to hide?
Right.
And I think for me, like super important to tell the truth.
So, and I think that's what's great about you.
And to be honest, but at the same time, I think I understand that there is some things that are not needed.
Right.
Like, so when you have a kill shot and the animal is like dying, you don't need to put like that full minute of the animal dying or suffering. You don't need to put shooting at a dead animal like 5 times.
Right.
Which I did because I was like, imagine after 29 days, it's like, dude, like I don't want that thing to go away. Like I worked so hard for 3 years to make this happen that I was like out of my mind. But I don't think that's needed. But you need to tell the truth, you know.
Yeah, it's good. It's important that people understand. It's not like you're faking anything. I think that's important. It's authentic and it's real. It's a reality of hunting, and if you do it tastefully, I think that's the best thing you can possibly do. Man, I couldn't even imagine just looking over that thing and seeing that though, and like, should we put another one in? I'm running low on arrows.
There was only one left, and you see a shot that is like, should I shoot the last one? It's like, no.
Yeah. We're good. Wrap it up. We're finally made it. High five and let's end this trip. We've been out here forever. Wow, man.
It was a very special moment.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It's
when is that coming out?
I think February.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
There's a few misses. There's some things that go wrong. We had to evacuate a cameraman. Like there's so much things that happen that if we are able to tell the story properly, I do think that is the best story that we have captured by far. Like we haven't put more effort into a single animal. Never. Probably will never do something similar. Because if we do something similar, like I don't know, it has been so much work. Like we're like with altitude sickness, throwing up. I lost like more than 20 pounds on my first 10 days of the hunt. Discussion with the guides quit. We had to evacuate camera guys. I don't know. It has been
not your standard camera guy.
No, it was. We're working with the guys from Slots Media, British company.
Okay, so
they stopped. That was the last project they did with me.
Is it?
Hey, Jack Lewis. They're like, we're never working with you again.
With Pedro, we're done. Sorry,
we're done.
Oh my gosh, that must have been a heck of a hunt, then, man.
They film a lot now for Blood Origins, you know.
Okay, yep. So, how do you deal with whenever you put all this stuff out? Criticism. You've got to have criticism that comes, and that you have to deal with negativity and stuff. I mean, does that deter anything you do or impact the way you look at things?
I think criticism, I love it when it's to build something.
Right.
You know, like actually, like I will send like videos before releasing it, like, tell me what you think. And I only send it only to people that criticize the videos. Because a lot of people are like, no, that's great. Like, cannot be great. It's like, tell me something. Like maybe you didn't like the color, or maybe you think that this part of the video was a bit boring and you were tempted to like do like skip a little bit, like 15 seconds forward. Or like, tell me that because I want to build a better thing. But there is like a bunch of comments on YouTube that you're like, dude, you have a problem. Like you have a problem with your life, because they are like, I don't know, like there's so many stupid comments that you can tell that it's a guy that is missing something
is
out.
unhappy.
There's a lot of jealousy in the industry.
Yeah.
A lot of, I don't know, but you can get.
I think it's part of it, and I think that does though deter people from trying. And I think you've got to realize, and it took me a while because we do a lot of stuff for our company with YouTube, and there's a lot of people that will sit there and really criticize what you're doing whenever you're trying to learn and build something. And it takes repetition and time and investment and energy and a passion to do this. And you have to realize that you're going to come to those forks in the road or that criticism that, you can take it and learn from it. But you just have to be able to deal with it. It's a part of it.
People hate seeing other guys do well.
They don't want you. They don't want to see you doing better than them.
Yeah, and they try to.
Not everybody.
But they try to, and some people you think that they are your friends or whatever, but as soon as you start being successful, they don't like you anymore. Like they are jealous. And the hunting days, I think the hunting in general, that all the trophies, all the photos, you have more than I, you have better access. And I hate some people when they say yeah, only if I could have so much time as Cameron Haynes, I would be on such a good shape as he is. Dude, he wakes up every day.
He earned it.
He trains.
He built it.
He sacrificed all the things to get in shape. Don't try to, if I will have hunt in that area, if I will have got the money to shoot at Marco Polo, I will kill it. Go.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, I'll pay you the hunt to go, but do you think for paying that thing, you're gonna go and kill it? You don't know even what. It's true that there's but people like to. Only if I will shoot, I love only if I will train so much with the bow, I will also be shooting as good as you. Dude,
what's stopping you? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's there for the taking, right? No one's stopping you. Why not do it? And yeah, I think people miss the behind the scenes aspect of it, of what actually it takes in order to get there. And then as soon as you start gaining a little bit of traction and stuff, jealousy, it's a real thing. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, like you said, they're maybe a little unhappy and you got to look past those things. It's always going to be there in this day and age.
If they're talking about you, it's good.
Yeah, that is good, right?
The problem is when no one talks about you.
Yeah, that's a real problem. You're doing something wrong. You're irrelevant.
And it's true that you are so exposed that at some point you do things, you make mistakes or say something that you didn't mean to, or it was not interpreted properly. So we need to understand that behind the computer or whatever, there is a normal person with our family.
Yep.
That we have all a busy life, we have our good days, bad days, and we make mistakes. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think the way that it's done, when you're authentic and you're real and it's who you are, people see that, and I think you have more people that appreciate that than you get the hater side of things with it, because you can see that it's not faked.
No, and I also think I don't know, but why the hunting community, we like to
Eat our own?
No, identify ourselves with I'm only a bow hunter that hunts public land. Yeah. And I'm only a long range shooting rifle hunter. And I have the real truth and you are wrong. It's
because you're a true hunter. You hunt with everything.
Yeah, I love hunting.
In general, yeah.
The shooting is just 1%. You can hunt the same way with a rifle than with a bow.
Yeah.
I keep telling it was funny because it was this guy saying only if I was younger, I would shoot. I will start shooting the bow, and trying to get close, because for me, getting close is what's stopping you from taking the scope out of your rifle?
There you go.
You don't need to learn.
Shoot irons.
No, but I don't know why in the rifle industry, the better people shoot the rifle, they are a better scope, they are bigger calibers, and they shoot farther and farther and farther. While on the bow hunting industry, when you start getting better, you go to the traditional, and you just go the other way. I don't see people with the rifle who's I'm gonna take my scope out, I'm gonna hunt iron sights, I'm gonna shoot with a small caliber to make sure that I shoot under 200 yards and make a better precise. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a good way to look at it. That's real good. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Take your scopes.
Yeah, get rid of the scope. There you go. That is funny, though. You do see that with bow hunters, right? The more they get into it, the more you want to challenge yourself. And a lot of guys go to the traditional side of things and just make it hard on themselves. I'm not there yet.
I love the traditional.
Yeah, I know. I watched you shoot. Yeah, really good.
Fun.
Ridiculous. Not for me. I'm not there yet. I do got a trad bow that I mess with a little bit, but not enough.
Like, if you have any tune, like, you can be precise. Like, I'm not shooting that often, but, you know, like, that bow is like, I don't know.
I think, too, the mechanics and the fundamentals on how to properly shoot that bow are very, very important in order to be consistent and accurate with it. That's what makes it difficult, because you don't have, you know, a draw stop. You don't have a peep sight or a scope to line up. You've got to anchor repeatedly and consistently and know where to be, how far that bow needs to draw, where your anchor point is,
100%.
and how to execute that shot. That's what makes traditional so difficult.
And that's with a target. When you have a buck in front,
yeah.
like it happens with the compound, and you have like a peep, you have the pins, you have the bubble, you have so many things that force you to kind of aim.
Yep.
When you don't have nothing but freedom, and you have an animal, and you're with the adrenaline rush and all that, it's just like I have missed animal with the trot like by meters. Yeah. Like, dude, like I don't know what
went wrong. The wind got that one. Don't worry about it. We'll do a follow-up show.
I was aiming. You know,
yeah. It's another challenge. It's good though. It's fun. So what do you got coming up? What's new? I mean, do you got anything coming up here we're almost in January now.
So we are building up like next year.
Okay.
So yeah, like we are building the calendar. Like for us, like Kyrgyzstan for me was like a very important challenge. So I didn't want to like go to that hunt in November while I was preparing next year.
Right.
Because like I was like, I want to close that stage of my life and try to look forward after that. So we're building that. I would love to go to Australia. That's one of the countries that I really want to go. Maybe go back to, I don't know, to Siberia or something to hunt sheep or something cool with a bow. And yeah, I don't know, like.
I mean, you told me you've already got a list. Your list is like endless, so.
It's endless, so like it's a matter.
I need to start building my list out, apparently.
The problem is the budget.
Oh, dude, who are you telling? It's crazy. I know we were coming here and I was like, then I heard you were coming and I was looking at some of the stuff. I was like, man. Just to get there, the planning that goes into it, and then the money required to, all the logistics that go into it is crazy. That's the most stressful part to me. Logistically, before not getting there, not being there, it's getting there, getting to that point, and make sure you have everything that you need when you are there. So you're legal. You've got everything in play. Yeah, that's more stressful than anything to me.
And the gear, that's now when I came back from a trip, I have like a big box,
yeah, and
everything from that trip goes to that box, all mixed up. It's like I don't want to forget for my next trip anything, because if you organize everything like back on its own draw and like these gadgets here, like no, just everything in one big box.
Take the box,
that box, and then on the next hunt I'll bring everything out and make sure that I don't forget anything. But there's so many little things that you can forget.
And when you forget it there, good luck getting it.
I mean, you end up surviving, and like most of the things are not important, but like, yeah.
Don't forget your release.
The release always 3.
Always 3?
You know that once, it was the last day of the hunting best for ibex, and I get this, it was so freaking cold, it was snowing, it was like, I don't know like how much in Fahrenheit, like 20 degrees below freezing. So like very, very super cold. And this ibex comes by, I range it, I get at full draw, and he keeps walking away, and I don't know, he got like, I don't know, like 290 or whatever. I like, this is too far for me. And I let down, and when I let down and I press the trigger of the release to like take it off the string, the whole release was frozen. On the inside with the snow and the heat of the hand, like the snow or like the water had gone inside and froze everything on the inside. I was like, thank God that shot was not like at 40. And imagine being at full draw the last day of the hunt, trying to take the shot, and that thing frozen, and you're like pressing. Like that will be like the biggest nightmare, you know, like
What happened to my release? Is this a tension release now?
I have this like recurrent, like not often, but like, you know, like that nightmare that comes back and forth depending on it. And it's like that I'm shooting the rifle and that trigger never goes.
You can't get it. Is it too hard to squeeze for you?
You're pushing, pulling and pulling and pulling. And
nothing happens.
Like that thing.
2 hands on that grip.
That would have been like having a frozen release last day of the hunt. Thank God it was a long shot and I never decided to take it.
Yeah, that would be rough, man. But I mean, that level of cold too is mind blowing that you're in that environment and trying to get that done. That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember
negative 20 degrees.
I remember once that my like, how do you call this? Like the
eyelashes
like froze
frozen
together. And I couldn't open one eye, and I told the guy, like, dude, I think we should go back to camp. Like, it's just like, we're gonna die. Like, I feel like my life, like, is, you know, like, it was so cold. It was a blizzard. My horse fell on a block of ice, like he slipped, and I fell. Like, the stick broke. I was like, my eyelashes frozen together. Like, dude, like, why are we doing this? Like, there's no way.
YouTube. For the people, that's why you're doing it.
There's no way we're gonna shoot anything on this wind, and I'm dying slowly. So
that's another level of commitment right there.
I don't know. Just don't follow your guide.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, right? All right, Pedro, I want to wrap this up, man. I know it's late. We've kept you out at all hours. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. It was really been an honor to be able to sit down across from you and talk to you and pick your mind and hear your stories. And I think what you're doing for the hunting community as a whole is fantastic. And it's incredibly interesting to watch and to listen and to read the stuff you put out there because you do such a good job. And I appreciate it. And I've really enjoyed this weekend with you.
You are too nice.
Am
like,
I?
Did Brent told you?
Brent told me to say all of this. It's
that,
not
like,
real.
It's all
so
script by ChatGPT. Like,
yeah, he did. I got a script right here. I'm reading it from about you. So
no, thanks, Howard. It has been a pleasure, and I'm sure that we'll cross paths.
I sure hope so.
In other spots, and yeah,
maybe in Siberia.
Tomorrow is the last morning, so we better.
I better. I've got to. You've already got it done. I've been here and, not been able to not able to connect yet. But tomorrow's the day. I can feel it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good day.
Tomorrow's going to be the day. And if not, the next day. So.
Yeah, if not, maybe I'll have to drag Joey.
Has been a pleasure, buddy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, sir. And you guys know, look forward to your next video coming out. You said like January, the Marco Polo one?
Yeah, but we are releasing, I think, next week, one with the hunting with the traditional bow, red sacks.
Oh, cool. So we'll have to follow along on that one. So, I mean, all the content's fantastic. You guys need to follow Pedro. Check him out. He's on Instagram, YouTube, all the good stuff. Do you write articles too?
Yeah, for Bowhunter and for a few magazines like internationally.
Do you? Okay, yeah. So you write and everything. Yeah, you do it all. A man that does it all.
That's the business. Like, you better do like 100,000 things to be able to make a living.
So I believe that. I'm a believer of volume.
I guide people. Like,
I'm a believer of volume. So there it is, guys. According to the internet, one of the most interesting men in the world, Mr. Pedro.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
So as always, guys, appreciate you guys listening. Drop some comments, give us some feedback, and of course, follow. Head over, check Pedro out. If you have any questions for him, drop some comments below. I wouldn't be very interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of people that got questions for you, good and bad, right? It's the internet. So that's another episode, guys. Appreciate you guys listening. We will see you guys in the next episode of the American Bowhunter, the official podcast of PSE. Thanks.